Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now it's been a bit of a while since the last updated video, just over a month, which was my Comic Con review. Fortunately, I've not really been picking too much stuff up, just not taking my fancy. Plus, I've been focused on work as always, but I am back. I have 5 pickups to show you, 4 Blu-rays and 1 pop vinyl, and these are all what I'm calling pre and post birthday pickups, as it was my birthday last Friday over the Easter weekend. So let's get right to it. So I'll show you the pop vinyl I got. I actually bought this for myself last Thursday. I had to. I went out for the day. Had a couple of Easter eggs that I still need to pick up. And while I was out, I done a bit of movie hunting. Unfortunately, nothing took my eye, but I did go into the entertainer toy shop um, just to see what they had in terms of pop vinyls, and this is the one that I've been looking at for a few weeks. I've finally decided um, to pick it up, and that is the Battle Armor He-Man. Um, for those of you who don't know, I actually grew up on Masters of the Universe. Um, I didn't get in. I was actually born 2 years after um, it had uh, become big. So I was watching it on reruns, fell in love with the show, had all the action figures, um, adored the cartoon. The movie is one of my guilty pleasures. Um, I, I did have, I did used to have the original um, He-Man Pop Vinyl, which came with the Power Sword, but for various reasons I had to sell it. But I wanted He-Man Pop back in the collection, and when they done the new wave with the Battle Armor version, I knew I had to pick it up. I was only £6.66, which is the going rate for most of the Entertainers Pops. So that now sits proudly in my collection. I have this past week reshuffled around my wardrobes, so I have now moved all my pops from the back cupboard just opposite where I am sat. I've moved it towards the front in the top shelf. It's a big deep space, so plenty of room for more pops. So that was it for the pop vinyl. As far as the movies go, um, one of the things I got for my birthday was a gift voucher for Amazon. Um, and this was amazing service from Amazon because I actually ordered these 3 titles on Monday afternoon, late Monday afternoon, around 4 o'clockish, and they actually arrived Tuesday morning. And these are 3 titles that I have one of the titles I've had on my wish list for well over 2 years, um, and the other two pretty cheap deals, so I thought I'd jump on them. And the first one is a uh, British film from 1941, and that is Tower of Terror. What this basically is, it's about um, a concentration camp escapee who um, is on the run from the Nazis in wartime Germany, and she escapes drowning when she's rescued by a lighthouse keeper. Um, Basically, she falls in love with the lighthouse keeper's assistant, who's a undercover British spy, and basically sends the lighthouse keeper into madness. Um, it's a blind buy. I've never heard of this film before, but it looked interesting, and I do love like these sort of thriller horror films. So definitely have to pick that up. I think I only paid something like £6, £7, which because it was on a voucher, not actually paid cash for it. As far as special features, all there is an image gallery and a PDF of the original script. The next title is the one that's been on my wish list for the longest time. It's a F.W. Murnau film from 1927, and it's the first title released by Eureka in their Master of Cinemas line, and that is Sunrise. Um, Basically, this is a tale of a peasant couple who live an idyllic lifestyle, marriage, and they're threatened by a vampire-like seductress. It's basically another expressionist film, which is what Murnau was known for. It's a 3-disc set because it actually contains two versions of the film. The monotone version and a Czech version. So if I flip open the case, um, there's the booklet. I'll show you that in a second. Where you see the first DVD is the monotone version, and then the Czech version is on the second DVD, and then the Blu-ray has both versions. As far as the other special features, both versions of the film are HD transfers. Original English intertitles on the movie tone version. Optional English subtitles on the Czech version. The original score on the monotone, plus an alternate Olympic Chamber Orchestra score. A full-length audio commentary by cinematographer John Bailey on the movie tone version, and outtakes from the commentary, and an updated documentary called Murnau's Four Devils, Traces of a Lost Film, and the trailer. It has two different run times, 93 minutes and 79 minutes. I'm assuming that the movie tone version is the 93-minute version. So probably, I probably would um, watch the movie tone version. I may watch the Czech version as well just to see the contrast. But this is the booklet. I love the artwork on these Master of the Cinema releases. So basically, uh, has the cast list there. What I didn't know about this film until I was looking closely at the case is that it was actually released by 20th Century Fox, which for a Murnau film is a bit of a surprise because I believe um, what was it, Nosferatu, that was not released by a major studio. But there's some of the imagery to show the contrast between the two versions, and then on the back is the was the cover artwork, which was the poster. So definitely looking forward to checking that one out. And excuse my voice at the moment. I have been a bit under the weather for the past few days. Just basically suffering from stuffiness and uh, throat problems. So if it sounds a bit croaky, then that's why. Um, so the final of the Amazon pickups is a Stephen King film that I have never seen, but always wanted to see. Um, I went to see this new anniversary edition had come out, and for the price it was going for on Amazon, I had to pick it up. I could have got it in the HMV exclusive premium collection, which had really nice artwork, but this artwork really sold me on it. And that is Pet Cemetery. It's the 1989 version, and I say anniversary edition because this is the 30th anniversary edition. Of course, the remake has come out this year. I think it's still out in cinemas, but I definitely wanted to check out the original. Um, and this was just £8. I believe you can get it a little bit dearer in stores, but Amazon is your best bet if you want to pick this one up. Uh, Basically, it's a story of um, a family whose pet cat is accidentally killed, and then it sets off a whole chain when they uh, revive it. It gets revived after being buried in a mysterious cemetery, and sets off a whole chain reaction of events. Um, as far as special features go for this, there's a look back on the original film with the cast of the 2019 remake, a brand new interview with the director of the film, Mary Lambert, uh, three new behind the scenes image galleries, including never before seen storyboards, a commentary by Mary Lambert, and three featurettes called Stephen King Territory, The Characters, and Fearing the Horror. So definitely want to check this one out. I'm probably going to put this in this weekend. Possibly not Saturday because I have plans which I'll tell at the end of the video. But probably Sunday I will sit down and watch this. And the final title is something I've been wanting to get for a while. You may recall in my last pick-up video I picked up The Magnificent Seven. I stated that this was the whole purpose of me buying that film. Well, now I finally have what that was inspired by in my collection, and that is Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa. This from 1954. Uh, it's seen as one of the all-time greats. Uh, it's roughly translated in Japanese as Shichinin no Samurai. I think I've pronounced that correctly. Any Japanese people watching this, comment down below. It's the 60th anniversary edition, which came out in 2014. Um, Basically, really wanted. I've been watching this for a long time. Just never jumped on it. Finally, it was on HMV's 2 for £13 offer. I was actually going to pick this up and another Kurosawa title called Rashomon. I probably will pick up Rashomon at some point because there's a lot of titles on that 2 for £13 offer that I want to pick up. But this was £8 on its own. Couldn't pass up this time. First special features go, it's a high def digital remaster. You can play with either the original intermission or you can take it out. The original Japanese trailer and a 49-minute sort of documentary stroke retrospect by Asian cinema expert Tony Raines discussing Kurosawa's career and influence, and it comes with a booklet. The booklet has some nice production stills from the film. That is one of the shots. There's the credits, and there's the great man himself, Kurosawa. So definitely want to check this one out. Much like with Pet Sematary, I'll probably put this in this weekend. So that is it for this update video. Sorry to be, I sound a bit stuttery and sketchy. I'm still trying to get over this bug. I mentioned about plans on Saturday. This Saturday I am attending a big event called For the Love of Wrestling. It's a UK exclusive wrestling convention. So many big names going to be there. I'm only going on Saturday, uh, purely because it's a bit of a niche event. I didn't want to really pay 40, £50 for a weekend ticket and then not enjoy it after one day. So um, I'm going to play it a bit safe. Just go the one day. If I'm enjoying myself on the Saturday, then I may just pop onto the box office, which is inside the venue, and buy a ticket for Sunday. Um, but basically, what the Saturday is selling me on is there's just so much to do. There's a podcast, stroke YouTube channel called Grapple Arcade. They're going to be hosting a series of retro games, so like the old arcade machines for um, like WrestleFest and all that. They're also going to have classic consoles with. I'm presuming they're going to have like the SmackDown games or um, WWE 2K, uh, No Mercy on the N64, stuff like that. So that should be fun. So as set builds, the from what I've been reading on the website, there's replica builds of Piper's Pit, the Barber Shop, the Round Table from Primetime Wrestling. Um, I think they've got the Funeral Parlor, which was Paul Bearer's segment. So that should be fun. We'll be getting pictures of them. There's Q&A sessions going on through the day. Probably going to be missing the earliest couples. If I'm lucky with the queue times, I might just be able to catch the Ric Flair one, which I believe is 11:15. Um, General entry is 11 o'clock, so I don't know how long I'm going to be in the queue for. Um, but if I can catch some of that, I will try and capture some video and put it on my Instagram. Um, what else? The other big selling point besides the Q&As is the fact that all weekends and general entry tickets on Saturday gets access to is basically also an entry ticket for a show being run by the Manchester-based UK company Future Shock. They run an event called Future Breaks Convention. Um, I don't know a whole lot about that company, so this will be my first experience with them. I don't really get around to see a lot of UK companies, but their card has three NXT UK talents on them. Travis Banks is in a singles match. Um, Tyson T-Bone is in an 8-man tag on the heel side against the face team that features Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which I'm so looking forward to. I was a big Hacksaw fan when I was a little kid. And the main event of the show is Joey Hayes, who any UK indie fans will know work, worked or still works for PCW in Preston. He's defending the Future Shock Adrenaline title against one half of the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, Zach Gibson, who of course is from Liverpool. Um, and there's a 20-man Rumble match. Hasn't said who participants will be. I'm hoping there might be a couple of guest appearances from some of the talent on the show. It'd be amazing if they somehow got Pete Dunne, uh, of course, the former UK champion, to appear. He is doing a signing all weekend. I believe, I don't know whether it's the Saturday or the Sunday, but I believe Chris Jericho is recording a live episode of his podcast. So that, if it's Saturday, that'll be something I'll sit in on. Um, but it should be an amazing show. Um, I will be doing some hunting there because I'm hoping there are some traders selling wrestling DVDs, not just WWE, but maybe some ECW or Ring of Honor or New Japan, stuff like that. Um, Pop finals will be on the hunt for them. Um, any little figurines or collectibles, and anything they do pick up, um, I will uh, show off in a video on excuse me on Monday, as well as a review of how the day went and a review of the wrestling show afterwards. So definitely look forward to that. Hopefully I'll be a bit less nasally and a bit less croaky. So yeah, so that is it for now. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you've seen any of the uh, Blu-rays I've shown off today. Um, I'll put a link below to my Instagram page uh, for you to check out. Add me on there. Um, I don't post often, but I will be taking pictures and videos from both the convention and the wrestling show on Saturday. So they will be, um, if signals hold, connection holds, I'll try and upload them as quickly as possible. If not, they will be going up in the evening once I'm back. But until then, I have been the Blue Geek. This has been the Blue Geek Reviews. Take care.